Hello class, this is Richard Carrigee doing my health life expectancy project. Today I'll be interviewing my mother, Mary Carrigee. She is a nurse by trade and she works now for HCA as a physician recruiter. Hi Mom.
Hi Kyle.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Alright. I'm just going to ask you some questions about your life in the ages of living in the ages between 50 and 60. So the first question is, what do you consider to be old age and why?
Well, I think age is a state of mind. I think you have an age, a chronological age, and you have a health age. So I don't feel there's people that are living a lot longer now with all the health, with the help of a lot of health medications and better exercise, better eating habits. So I don't know if I consider being old at any age if I didn't feel old.
That's good. Oh, I forgot. So let's say how old are you?
I'm 56.
56? I think you're 57.
Oh, okay, I'm 57. See, I really think I'm 24.
Next question. What types of things are you doing now to live a healthier life at 57?
I believe a lot of it is diet. We live in Southwest Louisiana. We have really good food. Isn't always healthy for you. I believe that you have to eat from the earth. Manger de la terre is the French saying. And I think that's what's kept me as healthy as I am now, is eating food that is closest to the earth. Staying away from the middle aisles in grocery stores, shopping at farmers markets, and always being conscious of, eating to live, not live to eat.
Next question. What do you think you should do in your future decades to live healthy and healthier?
I think I need to exercise more. I was an avid runner and always worked out, and I haven't, I work out, but not in the way that I really need to work out consistently. So I think to stay healthy, that's a thing I need to add on a consistent basis. And I think it's, you are what you eat. So I think it's always staying on track to eat healthy foods. And, I'm not saying I eat healthy all the time. I mean, I love boiled crawfish just like the next guy in South Louisiana. But I think staying, eating the things like that, but eating them in small amounts and not as frequently as I would probably like to.
Now you said exercise would be a big part to staying healthy. What are some things at your age where maybe you can't get out there and run as much as you used to? What are some things you think you could do to incorporate exercise that would be reasonable at your age?
I think swimming is a great exercise for senior citizens and older adults, or even younger adults that have maybe injuries. I think Pilates is also a great exercise. I think dancing is a great exercise. Walking, even just walking 30 minutes a day, I think there's a big benefit to that.
Next question is, how old do you expect to live to, and why?
Well, my father lived till he was 79, and my mother lived till she was 88. My grandfather on my father's side lived till he was 100. So I'm hoping to have grasp some of their genes, and hopefully I'll live to be 80 or 90 years old.
I hope so too. Well, you kind of answered the next question is, on average, how old have members of your family lived? But you kind of answered that, and so I guess our family has a history of, living to
Long leg.
yeah. How you say it? I can't think of it. The next question is, what conditions, what age, and what attributes to sickness or death of members of your family?
Well, my parents lived on a farm, and we ate a lot of beef, a lot of pork. Nothing like good cracklings fried up in some pork lard. So I think living on a farm provided them with all the exercise they ever wanted or needed. But I think their diet probably had, and also not just their diet, but the heredity of heart disease that is in both of their families played a part in their illnesses and passing away.
Mm-hmm. Is there any concerns for you and your kids, like me, that our family members have genetics, yeah.
Yes, heart disease, high cholesterol. My father had strokes. Is prominent in our family. I think the best thing to do is to get for early detection, and that's going to a doctor to go to get an annual physical, check your cholesterol, be conscious of doing the things that fight high cholesterol, and yes, it is a concern.
The next question is, what activities do you see yourself doing in your late 50s, your 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s? Example of this is, travel, marriage, just anything. What do you see yourself?
Well, we live on a farm now, so I see myself always having, fishing and traveling and doing activities around the farm. I think it's a great way to get back to the basics. It's how my parents lived. I think they lived a full life. I think the peace and the tranquility that the living on a farm provides you, it's a stress relief. All the work that you do on a farm, it's not really work because it's just you love doing it. And I think, like I said, I think stress plays a part in everyone's health also. And to be able to have a place where you just feel such peace and serenity is a good place to be. And I think that we will always be active. We love to travel. We love to host family gatherings. So I see us at a ripe old age, on rockers, reading books and absorbing all the beauty of nature.
What do you wish you had done in your youth or when you were younger in areas of health, finance, education, and etc.?
I think that the big thing that I wish I would have done was probably continued my education, and also maybe forming better eating habits at a younger age. There's not too many regrets that I have. from my youth. I think those are probably the two things. As far as finance, you know, I'm pretty happy. I'm rich at heart.
That's good. And the last question, it's not on the page, but most of the people in this class are younger than you. What advice would you give? And what to expect in life, as far as health and education and just having a stable mental mindset.
I think there's a few things that you can do from an early age, and I think that spirituality plays a big part in who you are and where you're going. And I think if you can find time, put God first, family next, and work, I think that provides a good balance for everyone's life. I think education is really important, even more now in today's world. I think that, when my parents were growing up, a high school education was thought of being, that was enough to get by. When I grew up, you had to have, your BS. And I think nowadays you're even looking at, really to be competitive in the work world, you almost have to not only have your BS, but you have to have your master's. I think education, and not necessarily a BS and a master's, but you have to be the master of whatever you do. As far as if you're the plumber, you need to be the best plumber you can be. If you're a construction worker, you need to be the best construction worker you can be. I think the best advice I can give anybody is to be well-rounded. Again, it's God, family, and then work. And I think if everybody keeps that balance, I think everything else falls into place.
Good. Well, I just want to thank you, Mom, for taking the time out to do this interview. And also thank Nola for being in the interview.
Well, you're welcome, Kyle. I hope you make an A.
Thank you.